Well, as anticipated, I had done so much with ASL from a Napoleonic angle. I felt it coming and I thought, well, might as well just give in and play some full-blown ASL. This is the guards counterattack scenario. On this dusty old 3D board I made years ago. I keep patching it together here and there. Can't believe it's still intact. But it's even a little warpy. But it's still usable, so I think I messed up this glue here, did I? No, we're still good. Case in point, got some mending here. And I saw something else here. Yeah, look at this. What the hey-hoo. Get on there. Probably shouldn't be using this type of glue for paper, but namely because I don't want to discolor. This is a paper that was printed off and cut, and it's the old inkjet printer that was used, so I mean any moisture on this thing is going to ruin it. And of all the things that I've made and thrown away, this is one thing that I kept. I'm glad I kept it. I get in these moods where I pitch stuff, and always in the back of my mind something told me hang on to this, but I did. Took a little bit of effort to make. Alright, enough about this. This, as mentioned, is guards counterattack. Let's see if we can still play this. All the rules that should be in effect are in effect. This is not a learning video. This is not a watch this if you want to know how to play video. I will make tons of mistakes. I will forget things. I will do things incorrectly. So there, you've been warned. Watch at your own risk. This is for entertainment purposes only. So what do we have going on here? We've got this giant building here. Let's go over the victory conditions first, shall we? And it states, to win, the Soviet player must completely occupy 2 more of the stone buildings initially occupied by the German player. Then he loses of his own initially held stone buildings to German occupation, or have a favorable 3-to-1 ratio of unbroken squads at the conclusion of play, which would be 5 turns. The German player wins by avoiding Soviet victory conditions, and the Soviet player moves first. So there's that. Anything else? Special rules? Environmental conditions are moderate, no wind at start. Yeah, there are, and then you can set up anywhere within the designated buildings. I don't have it marked, but it's to be assumed that multi-level buildings, the Germans are in the upper floors. So I think that's it. I'm going to try and do the sniper thing as well. We've got a German sniper here and a Russian sniper here. I probably set those up incorrectly. What else? We have 3 Russian squads in this building. Well, single Russian squad here. Russian squad in each hex of this building. And let's see, German squad and a German leader and a medium machine gun here. German squad, 2 German squads and a light machine gun here. We have a leader, a squad, and a heavy machine gun here. Squad and a light machine gun, squad and a light machine gun, leader and a squad. Leader, squad, and the only machine gun for the Russians in the game is this medium machine gun here. 3 squads, 2 light machine guns and a leader here, 9-2. A squad, and a leader, squad and a light machine gun. And then each of these hexes has 3 6-2-8 squads, and this hex here has a massive 10-2 leader. So let's see if we can fall all over the place and bloody our nose running through this. So this is the Raleigh phase. We don't have a whole lot going on here. Nobody's broken. We run through this thing here. No reinforcements, blah, blah, blah. Check for wind change. Suppose I could. Recombine, recover, deploy, repair, support broken support weapon, Raleigh broken unit, claim wall advantage. I think we're good on all that. You know what's odd with this map here that I just realized? There's no walls or hedges in this thing. I don't understand. Okay. So that should allow us to move right to the prep fire phase, and here's where immediately you run into tactical decisions. Cat and mouse game. This is always a lot of fun to try and figure out how to play. So you've got this massive amount of squads here that could move into this building in theory. I suppose you could use human wave to do so, but do you want to move right off the bat? Do you want to pop some shots off before you move, see if you can get some results? Relatively same conundrum here. I think the way I played this in the past is I always try and move everybody this way and kind of forget about this. I suppose it's 6 in one hand, half in a dozen in the other. Either way, you got to cross the road with this stinking. Well, now you got a medium machine gun, light machine gun, and a light machine gun here. Kind of a weird placement of these guys here. There's not a whole lot you can see line of sight wise. Maybe we've got a shot to that hex. I think, yes, we do actually. And that's it as far as... It's kind of a wasted placement of them, so for the Germans moving them, so anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Movement phase. No, I'm sorry, prep fire. Let's go ahead and fire some things. I'm not going to fire everyone. You're fired. So... These guys back here obviously can't fire at anything. They only have a 2 hex range. So lots of submachine gun type stuff. Let's group fire. Yeah, we could group fire all these guys into here, I suppose. Let's make it easier on ourselves. We'll do these guys. It'll be 18. Firepower 18, no 18, drops to 16, and mark them. I've got these spread out, but I suppose it's simpler to stack them after all, even though the hexes are bigger, because then you know who prep fired and who didn't. So that's what we'll do there. Firing into here, it's going to be +3 for the stone building. And I have variated so many things. I don't even remember if that's right. Yeah, +3. Okay. Let's roll that up. We get a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is actually pretty bad. You got nothing there. However, we can do similarly with this. But this time we have -2 we can use to help soak up some of that +3 modifier for the stone building, so it'll only be a +1, still 16. But as mentioned, we're only going to add 1 to that roll. We got a little bit better roll, 4, 5, 6. 7 is a +2 morale check on him. That lone guy there with a morale of 7 +2. Good Lord. Here we go. So we rolled a 12 on that morale check, which does mean casualty reduction. And he's broken. So this 4, 6, 7 becomes a what? I'll be right back. I know you're screaming at me, it's a this, it's a this. 467 is going to be a 247. Casualty reduction on that with that 12 on the morale check. I already forgot what I said. 247. So let's find a 247, and he'll be broken. 247. Well, that's stinky. Okay. Put him here. And absolutely goes without saying, please post comments, suggestions, corrections under this video. You're not going to hurt my feelings. It will help others as well who may watch this and not realize I'm doing something incorrectly and do likewise. 1, 2, 3 here. So is this the time to move across and try and get in here? In doing so, we're going to place ourselves, I don't think so, because we still have this light machine gun here with a full squad that can fire, because what we would try and move, yeah, so that guy would have fire into here, these guys would have fire into here, and he would have fire into there, so I guess still not time. Alright, it's still going to be 16 for those guys as well. Mark them as, does he, I think I forgot something. Where is, there it is. I know what I'm looking for, I just don't see it. Here it is. Doesn't he get one of these? Or does he not? I think he does. Okay. What are we doing? We're firing this guy into here. That is a +3. And Jesus, with these rolls, he did get, believe it or not, he did get a pin task check. I don't know if that will amount to a whole hell of a lot. Let's roll that for the leader first, 9 or less. Oh my God, these rolls. He did get pinned. And then this guy will have to roll a pin task check. And he failed as well. So these guys are pinned. What does that mean? No move, no advance, half firepower. They won't be moving or advancing anyway, but the half firepower thing is going to affect them in the defensive fire phase. That's it for these folks. I think I want to move them so we won't fire them. Moving left to right, we've got this guy here. 4 and a 4 makes an 8 with a -1 modifier. So if we fire, let's try and knock that out. That's going to be a +2. Won't cower because we have a leader attached. Remember, rate of fire. We did get rate of fire. That's a 7 and +1 morale check. That is not right. 7, 8, 9. So another pin task check. And he passes that. We did maintain rate of fire. So he can fire again, yes. However, would that be sustained fire and he can break down? Let me pause and make sure I'm doing that right. So I'm thinking of sustained fire in the defensive fire phase, specifically subsequent fire or final protective fire. Your breakdown number, your potential for the support weapon to break down increases. The other thing I did just remember is, since I'm firing again from that building, I can only fire from, and it's not an issue necessarily, but we have a kind of covered arc with that machine gun firing from that building. And how does that covered arc work? We're going to have to pick, I'm sorry, field of fire. Covered arc, field of fire, covered arc. I'm gonna pause this again. I'm not sure which hex alignment we put that on. Alright, so my understanding is does have to go along a hex spine. As mentioned, that's not really an issue, so we'll put it right here. Also have residual firepower and fire lanes to consider, but as the Germans aren't moving this turn, I don't know that that's really an issue. So I don't know that I'll worry about that. I don't remember what I was doing. Let's see, 4. We already did that, so we needed to prep fire them. And then he maintained his rate of fire, which drops that to a 4. And remember, rate of fire again, so he made his rate of fire again. This time it is a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so another pin task check on this poor chap, which fails, so he is pinned. Bless me. Okay, and then finally nothing, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so he's done. No, I was firing at this guy. Jesus Christ. That's who I was firing at. So him. And that's done. Okay. You know what? I might actually need this to know. Help me remember what the hell I'm doing. That brings us to what's next? What's the sniper activation number? 6. And a 6. I'm telling you, I'm gonna forget those damn numbers. Alright. Let's go. Make sure something here. Let's go with this and fire here. That's going to be firepower of 12. 3, 4 firepower squads. That's 12. So here, 12 column. Add 3. Put a stone building and Jesus. Nothing there. Just complete horrid rolls. These guys are going to move. So I think that's it for the prep fire phase. Let's go to the movement phase. And there's things to consider here. We want to put these guys... I'm not moving all of them. I guess I have to. No, I'm not. I'm not moving all of them. I don't know what that is. Let's put him there. And go ahead and defensive fire. This guy, he is 4. He was not moving in the open, and you could say he used assault movement. Can we not? I'm gonna say that. So that -2 doesn't apply. Simply a +2 for the wood building. He cowers, rolls a 10, 11, 12, got nothing. Let's mark him with a first fire. He can fire again because he spent more than 1 movement point to enter that wood building, so we'll fire him again, but it's area fire, so that drops to 2 column. Still firing here. We still have that +2 for the wooden building. That is a 3, 4, 5, 6. Pin task checks seem to be the way to go these days, and he got a 5. He's fine. So we did make it. Now we do need to put residual firepower there because I still haven't decided if I want to move them in there. I need to determine that, and that's half the highest firepower that occurred in that hex, so we'll put a 2 there in case I do decide to move anybody in there. I'm not going to worry about fire lane. And I'm not done yet, so we still have this guy who can fire half firepower. He's got a total of 7. That light machine gun drops to 6. Half firepower is, there's no 3, so he drops to a 2. We're going to add two for the wooden building, and we get a 7, 8, 9. There's nothing. Fire again as area fire. Lost rate of fire on that machine gun. So that would be a 1. For subsequent fire. And let's roll that, add 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, nothing as suspected, but I need, let me pause this. I think I need some string to check line of sight. Hold on. And he's back. Let's check line of sight. We've got line of sight from this massive hulking glob of guys here. Do I want to fire them there, or do I want to wait and see what else the Russians do? What else would they do? I mean, if they moved this way, I wouldn't have line of sight to anything here except through that hex. Yeah, through that hex into there. Well, you know, let's go ahead and try and fire into that hex and see what happens. We'll use this guy here. From this hex. What do we got doing that? We have 7, 14, 18. There's no 18, drops to 16. The 2 is canceled out with our leader there. Let's see if we get lucky here. Out of the pool, let's just re-roll them both. We got a 7, lost rate of fire. There's a +2 morale check. I'll take it. And he broke. You see what happens? 14. This goes up now, does it not? Since we fired in there with more firepower, our residual firepower. 14, a 7. Oh, there is no 7, which means I need what, a 6? Is there a 6? I think the cat's ready to eat. What is it, a 6 or a 9? I'm using it as a 6. What time is it? Alright. Pause you and feed the cat and come back. We're back. Get my eyes checked tomorrow. I think I need glasses. I don't know, again, I know it sounds like a joke. I'm serious though. I think I need glasses, so we're getting eyes checked tomorrow and see what happens. Pushing 50 here, so it's probably about time. So they, what did they do? They first fired and can fire again at half firepower. See if we can finish them off. Why not? Put this right there. Let's do it. 6, 7, 8, 9. Nothing. Okay, so they're done. I could fire him there as well. I'm not going to do that. So I think that's it for that. Do these guys... Or do I? What to do here? 7. We'll drop to 6. No, I'm not doing that. But what do I do with these guys now? Leave them there? What's the point of leaving them here? I can't overstack. These hexes are full. Yeah, it's too risky to pull them in there now. It's got a residual firepower 6. This guy still hasn't fired, and he could. So I'm happy about it, but I'm going to keep these guys here. Bringing us to here. And I got to check one other thing with this sniper counter. So my question was dealing with this sniper counter in this woods hex, and if that affects movement, Russian movement through that hex. I don't think it does. Again, I'm probably wrong. So we'll move him here. Now he should have... No, he's good. Move him here. And draw fire from this guy. 6 column. Mark him as first fired. And roll that. What is it? 2 for the woods, 1 for the woods, 1 for the show, 2 to get ready. I don't remember what woods is. Woods. Forest, woods. There's 1. Cool. I can live with 1. So we'll add +1 and see what we get. That is a 3, +1 makes a 4, is a +2 morale check. 5, 6, 7, 8, he breaks. Did somebody else break that I forgot? Yes, I keep forgetting things. Told you I'd do that. You guys wouldn't listen. I told you I'd forget things. I need this not to do that, first of all. Thank me very much. I forget to use smoke too, so yell at me for that. Always forget to use smoke. Like every time. It's bad. It's bad. Inspiration round. And this guy flipped out. I'm taking that off. Nobody's going in there. Yeah, I always forget to use smoke. Can he subsequent fire into there? Well, yeah, maybe. 1, 2, 1, 2. But since he's moving there, we'll do our half firepower into this building. That is gonna be +2. And we rolled a 6, 7, 8. Got nothing. This flips to final fire. We can do that because he was not any further than the closest known enemy unit. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and then yeah, these guys, right? Yeah, as much as I want to do that, I can't. I'm gonna go ahead and again, this is probably turning them upside down to represent having moved. He's moving too. So we've now are at capacity with this hex here and units in it. let's go ahead and do our defensive fire with this squad here. And the leader, that's a 4. Leader doesn't have any modifier, +3. 4, 5, 6, 7 is a pin task check. 6, 7, he's fine, and he's not. So one of the movers is pinned. We can subsequent first fire because they used more than one movement point to get in there. That drops to 2 as area fire, adding 3. We do not cower because we have a leader at 6. That's nothing. So rolled a 6, 7, 8, 9. They're done. Then we have these two. Yeah, just these two. This guy doesn't have. He only has line of fire to this. Talking about this guy here. So nothing going on there. So that leaves these 2 units can fire into there. Now we can fire as a complete group, but we won't get that leader modifier for everyone. So do we fire separately and use the leader modifier? No. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There it is. And add 3. We do cower. So 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a +2 morale check on everybody in there. Actually, no, it's not. It's +2 morale check on the guys that moved. Correct? Get it right. So let's do it. +2 on him. 3, 4, 5. Wow, he's fine. And +2 on him. He is not. He is not fine. He has broken. And we'll put one of these. Where am I getting these at? Because I need more. There we go. From here. Inspiration morale on him. And then subsequent first fire. So that drops this to an 8. There is an 8. So 8 it is. 8 is enough. What do we get? We got to roll +3, so 7, 8, 9, 10, nothing, and finally, that's it. That's the movement phase, defensive fire phase. I think we're good on everybody that can be good. Johnny, be good, be good. Johnny, be good, be good. Nothing else we can do. There's no final protective fire to do because nobody's adjacent. Advancing fire phase. Now here's where it comes in handy to look for the upside down units. Those are the ones that moved. They can advance fire at half firepower. So let's go with this guy here. Firing in the 2 column, adding 3. Cowers, gets nothing. And this guy here, we've got a 4, and then we've got a 2 for the moving guy, makes 6. Add 3 is an 8, 9, 10, 11, got nothing there. And then route phase, everybody that has broken is such that they're fine where they are, do not need to route. And finally, not finally, well, it'll be finally this turn, but the advance phase, you can move 1 hex. Let's write everybody, move markers. Get rid of this. 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 I should be using my tweezers. I found these tweezers in the first aid kit that I like. I had to rig them so they're got more spring and open wider. But there's no weight to them, which I didn't think that would make a difference, but they're too light in my hand, and it does not help in having, no, he stays, does not help in having helping you to have a steady hand, because they're so light. I mean, I like them, but I guess that's an issue. And I don't think I used covered arc for these guys. Well, they're not going to be firing again. I should do it anyway. Let's do what we're supposed to do here. So I need more of these guys. Here. And here. Because that's how you're supposed to do things. So let's do things correctly. Did he not fire? What the hell? No, I took that off. This off. These guys couldn't do anything, which sucks. A real waste. We're gonna have to spend a turn moving up. I think that's it, right? These guys fired and I didn't track that. So we're good now, right? Yes, no. I believe he went this way. And I can't remember how he fired. Jesus. This guy went... Good Lord in heaven. This way. Yep, and... Jesus. I can't remember who this guy fired at. I'm gonna put it here, but I can't remember. Okay, I think that's it. And then, what'd I say, advanced phase? So again, more decisions. If I advance here, is that stupid? I mean, this guy's broken, but he could potentially rally. So this could be stupid, but I'm going to try it. Advance there. And these guys are going to move here, which will allow the rest of these guys to move here. That's how I'm doing that. He's staying where he's at. Why would he stay there when he could move? Let's put two guys here. I want to split this stack up, so I'll put this guy here. Okay, that's it for there's no close combat because there's no close combat. And then it's the German turn, and then that'll be the end of turn 1. There's probably a grocery list of mistakes that I made, things that I forgot, and I knew there would be. But I need you guys to let me know what that was so I don't continue to do it. Nobody's perfect. Admittedly, I could be better. So, rally phase, we do have stuff going on. Who has an in-hex leader that can rally? Anybody? An attacker can self-rally 1 unit. Well, he's screwed, so he can't do anything. He's also screwed. It's just the Germans are the attacker right now. This guy can attempt to rally. Let's try it. We're adding, for frick's sake. Oh my God. We're adding That's 7 or less. He's in a building, so we get a -1, but he's in a desperation morale. So we're going to add 3 to that rally attempt. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He just missed it, but he loses this. Is that a commissar? And he failed to rally. Oh, good lord! I got to check. I think something happens if you fail to rally, and so yeah, something would happen. However, since he's being rallied by a commissar, desperation morale does not apply, so he would have passed. And in the Germany. Anybody want to make bets on how many times I say the Germans? The attacker can rally, self-rally 1 unit. We'll only have 1 unit here, and he should still have this on there. -1 for being in the building, +1 for self-rally. Cancels each other out. +4 for desperation morale. And he needs, yeah, he didn't get it. Go figure. Good for the Russians, though, eh? And again, I'm forgetting my sniper activation numbers. Looks like it's 6 for both of them. I know I'm going to continue to forget that. What else? That was the rally phase. And now is the prep fire phase. Germany, because I want to stop saying the Germans. Germany will not look to do probably any movement except for these fellers here. Aren't doing anyone any good. However, if I could get to, I don't know that I want to put them here, but if I could get to this building, which should be no problem, that gives me line of sight to things. I mean, up through here even. So that's pretty cool. That's what we want to do. Otherwise, there's not going to be any movement. I don't know why the cat continues to cry. I fed her. She ate. Never satisfied. So let's prep fire. Should probably, actually I take that back. I should probably move into here because that's going to allow Russians access to this part of the building. And I don't want that, so I will move him there. Leaves him as far as being able to fire. And I don't know why not, so let's fire him. Now that I think about it, I think, no, we want to keep him there for sure. So let's fire him. Otherwise he's not going to do anything. Let's just go ahead and fire. Let's fire into here. It's a lower die roll modifier. Even though the dude's already broken. That'll be a 4 and add 2 is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is nothing. Cool. I love nothing. See, here's more thoughts. Should I move these guys? And I think I should. So there, you know what? Now that I said there won't be a lot of German movement, there's going to be a lot of German movement. I've got things I got to do here. Definitely got things I got to do here. Let's group fire these two guys into here. Four, 5, 6, 7 will be 14. No, 14 drops to 12. We'll add 3. Rate of fire kept. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is a normal morale check. Normal morale check, but he has a -1 leader in there, so leader first. He's fine. And then the other squad, 7 or less, -1, 6, 7, 8. -1 for the leader is 7, so he's fine. We did maintain rate of fire. So we can fire again on this. And this, I'm telling you, I'm doing this wrong for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. Add 2. Lost rate of fire, got nothing anyway, so it's a moot point. You happy? And I couldn't have fired, Jesus, I messed that up. I couldn't have fired there anyway with the machine guns because the covered arc was not even going that way. So I really messed that up. All right, at least I caught it. So I won't do it again. Then we have, sorry guys, I'm doing the best I can here. 4 column here. Add 3. Wow, there ain't nothing going on there. We wanted to move this, right? Yes. Do not want to move this. Covered arc into here. Fine, good to go. Group fire, add it up. There's 8, 9 to 11, 16, 20, 20 column, and add 3. We got a 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 2 morale check. I'll take it. Leader first. 6, 7, 8, 9. He's fine. Plus 2 morale check. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He failed. 8, 9, 10. He failed. Now I gotta check again because that commissar doesn't like fails. Okay, so it's the rally phase that stuff happens. Morale checks, apparently nothing happens. Although I need to remember that anybody stacked with a commissar does not have a morale of 7, as it mentions on their counter. Would it be a morale of 8 because they're in the same location as the commissar? He did fail. The other guy failed too, but with his morale of 8, now I think he would have, if I can remember correctly, he would have actually passed, so only one of them broke. Does not get desperation morale, right, because he's with a commissar. I don't remember what rate of fire was. I'm a complete mess. That's it for the prep fire phase. Now we want to move things, right? We want to move into here. And they want a defensive fire like crazy. This is going to be rough. We've got these guys who will first fire, and I want to say it's point blank fire. They are in the upper level of the building. Is it still point blank fire if they're on the ground versus the target in an upper level? I suppose I could look it up. Why don't we look it up? So it's only a 1 level difference, and I'm going to say yes, they have point blank fire. Again, I'm probably wrong. 18, and it only affects the moving unit. So let's turn him upside down to differentiate him having moved. 18 is 36. Oh my god. Add 3. No FF. No first fire non-assault. No first fire movement in open. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good lord. Plus 2 morale check. Leader first. Fails. Breaks. Plus 2 morale check on that squad. 6, 7, he breaks. What the hell? Subsequent first fire will drop down to 18. There's no 18, so 16. What a mess, what a mess, what a mess. Can't say it enough. What a mess. Let's roll that up, add 3. Cowers, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a plus, another plus 1 morale check. Leader first. 7, 8, 9. Wow, he just passed. And then plus 7 or less, but it was plus 1. And he's casualty reduced. So he goes from a 4, 6, 7 to a 2, 4, 7. Where is that at? 2, 4, 7. There we go. So it's not going well, and that's my fault for playing this incorrectly. what the Germans are dealing with here. But wait, there's more. If you order now. God. This is getting scary. I can group fire all these bastards, can I not? There's no point in group firing all of them. It only goes up to 36. So we'll go 6, 12, 18, and 18. We'll group fire them. Or do we have to group fire everybody if we're firing in the same hex? If we're firing in the same hex, do we have to group fire everybody? So it looks like I can break up that group fire and have them fire separately. Also check me on that. So 36 for these two, right? No, there's only 12 there. 2, 3. So it's only 5, so it's only 30. Let's go ahead and do the 30. We'll add 3. That is coward. 10, 11, 12, 13. Pin task check's not going to amount to anything. They're already broken. So then these guys, oh, well, we can subsequent. So that 30 will become 15. There is no 15, so it drops to 12. And still adding 3. Oh, good lord. 2, 3, 4. We roll with snake eyes. 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 2 morale check, for God's sakes. 6 guy, he broke again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Isn't he like wounded if he breaks again? I think he's wounded now. I don't feel like looking that up. But I believe that leader's wounded now. And for the next guy, he's already casualty reduced, right? He may be gone. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, he's gone. Bye. So we got bad things happening here. And then we have this stack, for God's sake, 6. So that's 18. Why did I move? I shouldn't have moved. Shouldn't have moved. Drops to 16. Oh, we need to, if that leader's wounded, so here, I'm already probably doing it wrong, but if that leader's wounded, we actually need to roll to determine the extent of the wound, because he could actually be gone, right? Here we go. This is what I need. Wounds. So we'll roll a single die and determine the extent. We rolled a 5. Oh God. Yeah. Equal or greater than 5, he's gone. The leader's gone. Jesus. And that's it. As far as defensive fire there, because they're the only ones that moved during the movement phase, right? So it's still the German movement phase. That was into there. I definitely have to move in there now. Move in where? 1, 2, 3 here. I've got to do it. So let's put, I'm going to leave 1 squad with a light machine gun there, but I'm putting everybody else in here. And in so doing, he can subsequent first fire as he's no further than the closest known enemy unit. So that'll be 6, 12, 18 drops to 9. Is no 9 drops to 8. Add 3. Oh my God, rolled a 3, so that's a 6. Plus 1 morale check on them. Leader first. He's fine. So now it's a -1 morale check. 4, 5. He's fine. -1 morale check. 6, 5. He's fine. So they got lucky. This guy is a covered art going this way, right? Well, when does the covered art change? Does it change each turn? Would those go away until you fire again? That's just during the... You know what? I think this is just during defensive fire. You mess with this covered art crap. And then they go away after that, right? They don't stay there forever. So, that said, for half firepower, 4, so it would be 6. We could put 6 into here, I believe, from this hex. Yeah, no problem. And I guess we will. No, we can't. Yes, we can. First fire, we can do that. Let's put a 6 in there and roll on that. Add 3, right? No, add 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Normal morale check. Just never ends for Germany. 4, 5, 6, 7. He's fine. Normal morale check -2. We rolled a 2 on a morale check. We'll come back to that. And then normal morale check -2. He's fine. We rolled a 2 on a morale check, so that's heat of battle, is it not? Heat of battle. Yeah. So now we roll on our heat of battle thing. And what happens to him? Rolls a 9. He goes berserk. That's probably not a good thing. Mark him with this and determine what the hell that means. He's already moved. He cannot subsequent first fire, right? Because he's farther than the closest known enemy unit. This is still the German movement phase, believe it or not. I'll come back to Berserk and see what that means. Final German movement is going to be these guys here. What is his portage point for this? 4 portage points. Well, I don't think that matters because we get 6 movement factors for being with the leader. It's only going to cost 1, 2, 3 to move in here, so we're good to go. If that's where we want to move, or do we? I thought we wanted to move here. Is that worth our time to move there? What's the 1, 2, 3, 4? We could fire there as well. What about moving in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we lose 1 point for a portaging heavy machine gun, we could still move there, yes, with 6 movement factors. Inherent portage point capability of 3, unless I'm wrong. Let's put them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now they would not be able to make it to the, assuming this is a multi-level building, make it to the upper level unless we counter exhaust them, and I don't know that I want to do that. I'll say it again, I'm probably doing this wrong anyway, so we need to mark them as being on level 1, or no, ground level. So ground level, level 1, level 2, so we won't mark them. How will we remember that? I don't know. Either way, they're done, and where's the... No, he does not have line of sight, so he's good to go. That's the end of the German movement phase. What a mess. Now it's the defensive fire phase. And we have a unit here, a unit, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here and here. Let's fire these two into here. That'll be 12. Adding 3. Wow, we rolled snake eyes again. There's a 5, so +2 morale check on this guy. 3, 4, 5, 6, but he makes it. He's fine. 1, 2, 12 again, going in here, adding 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a normal morale check. Leader first, passes. 6, 7, 8, 9. The squad does not. And I think that's it for the defensive fire. We could final protective fire here. Well, we could have. I don't know that I. But then that counts as a morale check when you do that. So that brings us to advancing fire phase. Those that moved, which would be these guys that I didn't turn upside down. Those that moved. Let me check the berserk guy. He might be doing something in this advancing fire phase or the advance phase. So again, unless I misunderstand, that berserk unit. Sorry, I gotta sneeze. Won't be doing anything till the movement phase, next movement phase. So nothing doing there. Advancing fire phase. Let's check this real quick. Make sure. Sorry, I'm reading all on broken ground. May fire using half firepower. Okay. So with this advancing fire phase, even though there are units that may not have moved, they still have to fire as area fire as well. Let me take these off. Let me not take these off. I think I need to keep these on here because they can't fire if you fired in the prep phase. The preppy phase. Let me double check. Advanced phase. Prep. Fire using. Yeah, okay. So leave those on there. That means yes, these guys can fire. As a 4, 5, 6, 7, drops to 3.5, and drops again to 2. Fires at what? Fires here. Adding 3, adding 1. Terrible roll. This guy's got 4, 5, 6, 7. 3.5 drops to 2 as well. Adding 2. Nothing there. This guy here, same deal. Adding 2. 8. Nothing. Who else? These guys. Can't forget these guys. 4, 7. 11. 11 drops to an 8, and half of that would be 4. Adding 2, minus 1 in the stone building, adding 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A pin task check I'm not even going to mess with. Route phase. I think everybody's good. No, they're not. So another question, we have a broken unit here. Technically he's adjacent to unbroken enemy squad /S. But he's on an upper level, so does he still have to route? I want to say no. So that's that. And then the advance phase for the Germans, anybody? Yes. We want to advance, if possible, into this hex. Let me pull all this. Hold on. Who's here? This guy, we want to put these guys here. He's going to stay there. Stays. Everybody else is happy. Stays where he's at. Pull this off. Pull this off. Stays. So people probably lost count tracking the number of errors I've committed here. Things I've forgotten, things I did wrong. Go ahead and clue me in on what that was. That's the end of turn 1. It'll be the Russians starting turn 2. It'll be the Russians again. I've completely forgotten about smoke. I've completely forgotten about my sniper activation. I'm a complete wreck. But I had fun playing, and either way, it's a hell of a thing. We did have heat of battle. This guy went berserk. We almost had a Commissar consequence, but didn't happen. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for turn 1. I'm going to cut you guys loose. And again, thoughts, comments, suggestions, rules, clarifications, all that stuff is necessary so we can play this correctly moving forward. Oh, we lost a lead or two. Yeah, it's all important. So let me know, and we'll talk soon. Not sure when. I'm pretty crazy, so I'm not even sure there's no guarantee I run through turn 2. I might even put this up and pull something else out. We'll see. All right, guys, that's that.